Thank you, Laura. For more, let's bring in our panel, Republican strategist Matt Klink and Julian Epstein, Democratic strategist and former chief counsel for the Democratic House Judiciary Committee. Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank
Matt,
you. Nice
I will
to see
start.
You,
nice to see both of you. Matt, I will start with you. I'm going to just ask the most simple question that many people are wondering. Did the higher-ups at CBS make the right decision firing Scott Pelley?
Look, this is all about ratings. CBS has new ownership. The popularity of 60 Minutes, like many of the old school traditional news shows, has gone down dramatically. And Barry Weiss was brought in when CBS sold to try to put some pep into the news business that, frankly, is withering on the vine. There are lots of other ways to get news. And I mean, look, I don't know of any business where an employee berates the new boss in a public meeting and it is expected to say. It seems like Mr. Pelley had an agenda for that meeting. He knew he was going to get canned, and he tried to leave on the way out. It just goes to show you that the old guard, the elite liberal media, they're not going down quietly, but they're not putting a product on TV that people want to watch.
Yeah. I worked at CBS for many years. I was in a lot of meetings with Scott Pelley, and this was very out of character. He was always a steady hand in those meetings. Julian, will this internal upheaval at 60 Minutes and, of course, CBS end up hurting the network either financially or simply by reputation?
I think it will help the network. First of all, I think it's detestable that people are slandering Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss is a traditional centrist liberal. And as anybody that has read her work will know, she is probably about the best writer and one of the deepest thinkers on the political scene today. I think CBS 60 Minutes has repeatedly failed in terms of presenting balance. They failed on the Biden mental health condition. They certainly covered up for Harris when she had such a poor answer on the Israel question. I thought Pelley was obnoxious, biased to the point of obnoxious in the Moms for Liberty interview. I think his Wake Forest commencement speech was an act of sort of narcissism, complaining about the censorship in the media without identifying what censorship he's talking about, when I think the left-wing media completely covered up so many stories, including the COVID, all of the stories around COVID, and particularly the lab leak. And there was so much that I think mainstream media has failed on. You could go back to the Russian collusion conspiracy. You could go back to the Hunter Biden laptop. The mainstream media has consistently failed to show balance on cases and controversies where the Democratic Party would be hurt. And I'm saying that as a Democrat. And I think for a newsman to publicly disparage the head of an operation at 60 Minutes and think that he has some entitlement to not being fired, I think this is sort of an act of narcissism by him and his supporters on the political left.
Yeah, we'll see what the ratings show eventually with Scott Pelley leaving. Maybe you're right. It could be time for new blood. I want to pivot to California, Matt, where the head of the U.S. Attorney's Office there confirmed it has opened multiple election fraud investigations. The state continues to count mail-in ballots after Tuesday's primary. We saw Courtney Friel at one of those election centers. No details, we should mention, have been provided for the basis of these investigations or fraud. But what do you anticipate them to be, Matt?
You know what? If there's fraud, show it to me. I'm living it right now. I have an initiative on the ballot right now in Los Angeles County. There's not fraud in California. The problem is that the system is designed because the results are ultimately preordained. The Democrats know they're going to win the governor's race, and they enacted a lot of changes for COVID, like mailing absentee ballots to every single registered voter in the state. We don't even know what the final count of ballots is because they can still receive ballots until Tuesday of next week. And we won't get a firm count until July 4th. So the system is not designed for speed. And unfortunately, it creates a vacuum. And then in that vacuum, you get a lot of really bad information. I've seen people say that, Spencer Pratt got 0 votes in the last vote count. That's just flat out wrong. He's gotten votes every single time. It's just that the Democrats have gotten more votes. So again, if there's fraud, show it to me. It has never been shown. I do agree that California needs fundamental change to how it holds elections, but it's not because fraud's taking place.
Yeah, transparency is key here, and I think both sides of the aisle would agree with that. Julian, I'm running out of time, but I want to ask you about S.E. Lee's announcement. It came a day after President Trump posted, again, without evidence, that there was, quote, big cheating happening in California. We know election claims like this are nothing new for the president, but what message is he looking to send heading into the midterms?
Well, I think it's overkill, and I hate to agree with Matt so much, but I agree with everything Matt just said. There is no evidence of fraud, and Trump coming in with the Department of Justice is, using a sledgehammer to kill a mite. At the same time, there is incompetence. The idea that California can't count the votes for up to a month is just a joke, and that comes on top of the incredible incompetence and the fires that we had about 15, 16 months ago. This is a very bad message for Democrats. It's a very bad message for progressives, because many people think progressives can't govern. And on the heels of the fire, having something like this, which just looks like third world nonsense, is just a really, really bad message for progressives in terms of how they govern, even if there isn't any fraud.
Well, I hope both of you come back. I appreciated our conversation. I enjoyed it. Julian Epstein, Matt Kling, thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thanks.